Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So recently I've been seeing posts and videos of how some South African activists are supporting Zimbabweans who are protesting against their government. Honestly, when I saw these videos, I had to stop and think, because this is not something we see every day. Normally, countries stay out of each other's political affairs. So seeing South Africans supporting Zimbabweans definitely caught my attention.
South Africans encourage Zimbabweans to march against Zimbabwe's current government.
Munangagwa, get your boots off the people's necks. That's why we are here. Get your boots off the people's necks. It is about time we get to a point of understanding that our leadership, yes, we respect, because we are Africans, we know what that is. But it's painful to be standing here as an African child with a black skin, asking a black president to allow the black people that he's leading to be free. 50 years after we have been doing that as South Africans. And I want to tell Zimbabweans, I'm saying this is a just fight. You guys don't have to be afraid of it. What you are doing is going to be preserved by history, but not only that. And I want to remind you, yes, it's not going to be easy, because we are also taking cognizance and also being very clear of understanding people in Zimbabwe. They do want too much. But if they are treated the way they are as children, who wants to see or be seen being whipped like a child on the street because they just want to express themselves? Because those people are not going there to push the government out. They were saying, this is how we feel about you. And if you're a true leader, you are able to take the negativity that you're doing. That is if you want to change. You want to be that age and you still want to control people that do not have a right. It is also about time that Zimbabweans are not leaving their country because they are oppressed, but they are living there to explore other places, not because they are treated the way that they're being treated. President, it is a shame, and I'm saying this with disgust, and it's also embarrassing. Do get your boots off the people's neck. We are here to support. We have pledged our support with a March and March, and we stand with them, not because we just love them, but because they took on a difficult fight. Go back home, unite, go there in numbers. They will not destroy all of you, but if you're pushing away from each other, that's when you're going to be having a problem, because what you are doing is also going to be known by Africa. One last one. You are the first country that, after the exodus of the issues we are dealing with in South Africa, that took this and say, you know what, we can bring change in our space, and for that we salute you.
Thank you. South African civil society groups and local leaders recently organized and led a march outside the Zimbabwean embassy in Pretoria on July 31st, 2026 to protest against Zimbabwe's President Emmerson Mnangagwa's bid to extend his rule to 2030. Amongst them was March and March leader Jacinta Magobese Zuma. On her official social media page, Facebook to be precise, she wrote, "The 31st of July is a day that Zimbabweans will be protesting against the government's oppression. On the 31st of July, our usual Thursday marches will be in solidarity with the people of Zimbabwe who are in Zimbabwe facing a cruel government. South Africans will be joining in adding their voices."
We are gathered here today. South Africans are showing us solidarity to help us send a strong message to the Zimbabwean government to open up the democratic space. In Zimbabwe, people cannot disagree with the government without being violated. And we believe nothing will ever work in our country until we fix that.
Right now, March and March came to support you guys here. Maybe what can be the few ways that you can just pass them here right now?
We appreciate the support. Thank you very much. They have been our most vocal supporters. And in fact, our own government and our own people started to take us a lot more seriously once they stepped in to provide us with that support. So we really do appreciate. This is a fight that will need us to have strong regional allies. And I think March and March can be a good regional ally for the Zimbabwean people.
South African organizations and activists, including groups like March and March led by Jacinta Magobese Zuma, took to the streets in Pretoria, marching from the Union buildings to the Zimbabwean embassy. Demonstrators protested Constitutional Amendment Act No. 3, which aims to extend President Mnangagwa's term to 2030 and alter presidential election structures. Sadly, turnout from the Zimbabwean diaspora living in South Africa was low. This prompted strong public criticism from South African march organizers who accused resident Zimbabweans Zimbabweans of being reluctant to fight political and economic corruption in their home country while remaining in South Africa. Why are Zimbabweans reluctant to march? Are Zimbabweans cowards? Let's listen to this Botswana political leader real quick. Take a look.
I see cowards in Zimbabweans, truly speaking. So I'm not very hopeful. Pardon?
You're still maintaining.
I'm just praying. I'm just praying and hope, because you see, nobody is going to fix Zimbabwe apart from Zimbabweans. They can run all over the whole globe, Botswana, and maybe South Africa, but there'll always be Zimbabweans. They have to go back home. Nobody's going to fix their country on their behalf. And then you can see that most of them who are in Botswana, they're so at ease. They'll tell you a lot of excuses. During Mugabe's era, they'll tell you why they couldn't go back home to vote, why they couldn't go back home to demonstrate or whatever. Now, they're still making the same excuses now. Now, that is why I call them cowards, because nobody's going to fix Zimbabwe for Zimbabweans. So I'm praying and hoping they can demonstrate peacefully.
According to a March and March protester, Zimbabweans are cowards. 31st of July 2026 was a day for them to protest in Zimbabwe and demand better governance and services from the government. The spineless cowards were a no-show in Zimbabwe. It was just business as usual in Zimbabwe. March and March protested at Zimbabwe embassy in support of Zimbabweans, and only a handful Zimbabweans turned up. These cowards have the biggest mouth in South Africa. We want them out of South Africa. While another wrote, Zimbabweans will never get another opportunity like this, where the entire South African population says, go ahead, brothers and sisters, we are with you, we are watching, speak up. I feel there may never be another chance to speak up. The past 2 months have shown me one thing I was not aware of all my life. I did not realize that leaders fear a revolution from the people. There is something about seeing thousands of people marching that just strikes fear in the eyes of leaders. I found this fascinating to watch in South Africa, and how the Zimbabwe government is doing everything it can to prevent that. I just learned that there is something powerful and fear-inducing about seeing thousands of people physically marching and hearing them chant like soldiers in the movie 300. ZANU, it's time to pack your bags. And another one posted, some think Zimbabweans are cowards because they didn't attend the arranged protest against the government on 31st July 2026. But every Zimbabwean remembers this. And the last post for today, all Zimbabweans, they don't support March and March in their country. They only fight here on social media. Guys, go home and support March and March to fight that cruel government of ZANU. Fight until you win. Every time you run to other countries, you don't stand and fight.
Now, this has raised so many questions online, because some of these activists were actively voicing out against illegal immigration into South Africa, especially immigration from Zimbabwe. Now, people are asking, how do you support Zimbabweans protesting, and at the same time, you are campaigning against Zimbabweans in South Africa?
In Zimbabwe, there is a gentleman currently called Begimpilo Mbedzi. Begimpilo is arrested currently because they are planning to have a march on the 31st of July, which is a march that is to protest against the 2030 suggestion, which they've already put into legislation by the Zimbabwean government. And we stand firm as much to say that Mnangagwa must free Begimpilo Mbedzi. You cannot arrest civilians for protesting. The man didn't do anything. All he did was exercise his constitutional rights, as we do in South Africa. And this government of South Africa of ours, who always claim that they are in solidarity with everyone in Africa and they want Pan-Africanism and all of those nice things, why are they not insisting that Zimbabweans must be allowed to protest in peace? We find ourselves here because Zimbabweans run away from their government, who is ridiculous. And then when they run away, those problems become ours. So we are calling for Mnangagwa to let Begimpilo Mbetsi free and allow the people of Zimbabwe to protest freely on the 31st of July. The 31st of July must happen for the people of Zimbabwe to express themselves freely.
Especially for these ones in South Africa.
That's exactly what the ones I'm talking about. The ones who refuse to come here.
Yeah, no, that is cowardice, because no one is going to harm them here. No one is going to whip them here. So that is cowardice. And then also, it is also the reality that, remember, we have got law enforcement and we're still standing against illegal immigration as South Africans. So they know that majority of the people who could be here are people who knows are not clean enough to be here. So they don't want to expose themselves.
The illegal Zimbabweans who did not come here, and the legal Zimbabweans did not come here, actually hate people like you more than they hate ZANU-PF and Mnangagwa government and the Cap 3. Do you realize that?
Yes, I realize that. But you see, it's gonna dawn. Our fight is not emotional. Our fight is not unjust. Our fight is reality. And unfortunately, people are not going to like us.
Now, do you think South Africans are right in supporting Zimbabweans who protest against their government? Or do you think that every country should be allowed to face its own political issues without outside involvement? I'd like to know our opinion on this issue. And if you find this video informative, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one.